Is this gonna take me as long as it did last time? Am I just gonna be running around holding Dark Blast 3,000 years? All rambling about things? Because this took forever last time, and it sucks that I have to do it again. No. Was the case.
Bunch of dancing bastards.
Oh, so now we get some shade dialogue. And yeah, that's understandable there. It sounds like you've been pretty busy.
It's not like I was
That's what it sounds kind of like.
Yeah, it's a bit
Wasn't
late for
planning to leave the awful room here. Well, sorry, but you're all gonna get very, very slowly dark blasted to death as I do these circles here. With a view. And no, it does not. I mean, maybe it does. I don't know. All right, yeah. This is this. We're gonna be here for a little while. We're gonna be here for a little while. The point that I'm actually gonna turn down the game sound like quite a significant bit, just because like we're just gonna be here for a while. So let's just make it quiet and, you know, ramble and chill and stuff, you know. So there's that. But yeah. Yeah, definitely a little bit of a long day in that case. But hopefully the workday was pretty a-okay and alrighty and stuff. Hope you had fun. Served up lots of nice meals and stuff. Is great. Many pew. Yeah, this is gonna be life. Just like it was last time. Wow, this is life. Don't want to get overly aggressive or else I'm gonna run out of my healing items. So there's that. So in some other news of things that I can talk about. Well, let's see here. So around 400 people are around 4 to 5 out. That's a lot. That is a whole lot of people there. I imagine that would be pretty busy there. But hey, you got through the day. Another successful day at Diner Dash. Now you can progress to the next level, you know? And some, since we're just gonna be here for a while, may as well, you know, talk about stuff. So, one game that I covered on the channel back in 2019 when it released was the new Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare game, the third one. There was Garden Warfare, the original, and then there was Garden Warfare 2, and then there was Battle for Neighborville that released in 2019, which was like the third one, essentially. And, you know, I did a full playthrough of it, with the single-player content, that is. And I actually really liked the single-player content of it. It was a lot of fun. But when it came to doing the multiplayer, I just couldn't get into it to the same degree as I could the first game, because the first game was like, if you put in enough time and effort, you can 100% the game. Like, you'll eventually get all the things. And I did 100% the game. I put in enough time. I was looking at Origin recently, and apparently I had like 140 hours into it, which is nowhere near like my 1500 that I have in a multiplayer game like DVD, but it's still quite a bit, and I'm honestly surprised that it's not more. But yeah, so I have well over 100 hours in the first game, 100%ed that, and had a good time. But the reason why I couldn't get into the multiplayer of the most recent one, the biggest reason, was because of time-limited rewards. It's like, every month there's the season, and you can try to get all the rewards, get to the end, but if you don't, then it's like, that's gone forever. You're never getting that thingamabob, and that just killed my motivation to play. My motivation was just, like, non-existent. Apparently, a couple of years ago, the game came to the Switch, and this is why I should only do Dark Blast and never come in for physical attacks. So I guess that's what I'm gonna do. And I saw that recently it was on sale. It was like 12 bucks, and I was like, wow, that's really cheap, and I do kind of like playing the game at the end of the day. And apparently, you know, it's on basically every platform now, and unfortunately there's no cross-play or cross-progression, which kind of really sucks. It would have been really cool if there was cross-progression, but alas, there isn't. So, no cross-anything there, just its own separate thingamabob. You can only play with other Switch users. It has the motion control aiming kind of thing, and the Switch version specifically, not any of the other platform versions, but the Switch version specifically was called Complete Edition. And what that means is that essentially all the previous seasons are just available at any time, and you can select any one of them. So while the PC version was just like, here's the stuff that's available in this month. Oh, you didn't get it all this month? I guess it's just gonzo now. The Switch version, you can just select any of them at any time and like work towards any of them just like that. I was like, oh, okay. So the Switch version, which, you know, isn't gonna run quite as well as like the PC version or in like as good of resolution, is the version that's like best for 100%ing then, huh? Also, there is a whole offline mode that you can do with that one. I guess they did that for on-the-go play. So like PC, Xbox One, PS4/PS5 there. You basically need to be connected online to play, I think, even if you're doing single-player content. But on the Switch version, you can play it like purely on your own. Like you can even do like the multiplayer game modes just completely filled with computers if you want. Something that I don't think is an option in the other versions. I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of interesting. So I decided to cave and buy it. So I downloaded it on my Switch the other day, and it's not a half bad price like physically either. I decided to buy it from GameStop for like yeah, so the Switch port is just better, it sounded like. So I ordered it from GameStop as well, since apparently there's no split screen co-op, because I was like, man, this would be pretty fun to, you know, play with friendos locally, namely like my little cousins if they wanted to play that or something. But, you know, there's no split screen because I guess maybe the Switch wouldn't be able to handle it. Apparently it was like the first and maybe only ever. I don't know if there's been another one to this day, but at the time that it came out, apparently it was the first ever game brought to the Switch that ran on the Frostbite engine, which is kind of interesting. So I don't know if any other Frostbite engine games have come to the Switch since then, but anyway, I've been trying it a little bit, and it actually runs pretty well. Like, it's not perfect, but, you know, it actually runs pretty well. But, yeah, I ordered an actual physical copy as well. One, to have, like, a physical copy that I own just for the sake of it, and to potentially be able to do multiplayer, say, you know, with my little cousins or something like that if we wanted to do that. So, I ordered, you know, Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville twice on the Switch, you could say. One digitally for, like, 12 bucks, and one physical for, like, 35, I think it was Canadian. So, you know, I'm spending less than 50 bucks Canadian for two copies of that game. Well, I guess it'd be around 50 bucks Canadian if you, like, consider tax, I guess. Not a half bad deal there, and for just, like, a better version. So I started looking it up, being like, is there really no way to 100% the game on PC? And as I was looking into things, I started noticing some posts that brought some very interesting information to light. So every month they would bring like a new season to the other versions of like PC, Xbox One, PS4, Xbox Series X, PS5, yada yada, stuff like that. Every month would be a new season. And if you missed the last one, you're out of luck. But apparently, since I dropped the game, you know, after the playthrough was done, I didn't continue playing it after that. I wasn't really following the game for a long time. Turns out, after the game turned like 1 year old and they were doing like their 12th season thingamabob, they just announced being like, yeah, we're actually done with the seasons. So anytime that it rolls over to the next thing, we're just gonna like re-roll the season that it was for that month. So every January is gonna be the same set of rewards, every February is gonna be the same set of rewards, and it'll save your progress and just like carry over to the corresponding month next year. So if in January you got like halfway through the January rewards, and like 1 year later it's back to January again, you'll just be like right back on the January season, resuming right where you left off. So, turns out, you know, something that I never realized, since, you know, I stopped playing the game before that point, turns out you can 100% the game on, you know, the other versions, but if you're missing like one thing in one specific month, you would literally need to wait around twiddling your thumbs for that specific month to roll around. So at least it's not in the state where it's impossible to 100% if you missed it, like I initially thought, and was like one of the biggest things that killed my motivation to play. It's still pretty frustrating that you can't just, you know, select to make progress at any of them at any point, but at least it's not impossible 100%. And then there's the Switch version, which released 2 years after the PC version, with, you know, the PC version and other versions coming out in 2019. And then the Switch version coming out last year, I believe it was, so a couple years later. And the Switch version just being the better alternative, where it's like, yeah, you can see all 12 seasons at any time and choose to make progress in any one of those. There's also no in-game, like, purchases in the Switch version. In the other versions, they try to tempt you with microtransactions to be able to, like, get more thingamabobs faster. there's no microtransactions at all in the Switch version. Like, it doesn't mean that it's easier to grind to get those things. Like, you still have to put in the same amount of time if you're playing, like, the other versions for free. But there just aren't any microtransactions at all. And the currency that they use for microtransactions, which are apparently called rainbow stars, as I found out when I was looking into things after so long, it's a currency that just doesn't exist in the Switch version. So, there's Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville on PC and, you know, PlayStation and Xbox. And there's Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville Complete Edition, which is exclusively on the Nintendo Switch. So, I've been kind of intrigued by it, as the case. I really, really wish that there was cross-progression. Like, if there was cross-progression and I could play that thing on the go with, like, my progress that I had, I would be, like, a lot more tempted to play it more often. But over the past couple of days, I've been playing it a smidge, so I tried out the Switch version. The motion control aiming is really good for up and down, not as much for left and right, but still pretty alrighty. It's not as good as Splatoon, but it's still pretty alrighty, is the case. Like, it gets the job done. So, I was playing it a little bit on my Switch and playing just some multiplayer games. I wasn't gonna, you know, invest into the single-player content. I've 100%ed the single-player content see in the past, which is why I really wish there was cross-progression. But after playing with the Switch controller, it just kind of made me be like, wow, now I just really want to have, like, the accurate aiming that comes with a mouse when you're playing with mouse and keyboard. So, after playing the Switch version a decent bit last night, I started playing the PC version a little bit today, just going into multiplayer matches and getting the feel and being like, yeah, I like the feel here a little bit better than the Switch version. I mean, I like the Switch version feel better than just, like, a regular controller aiming kind of thing, since you can do the Switch motion thing, Bob. But, you know, best option will always be mouse and keyboard at the end of the day. But yeah, I typically don't spend a lot of time playing video games my own time. Usually nowadays, the only time I play video games my own time is just grinding in some ongoing game on the channel. Nowadays, it's like, you know, anytime I'm playing a video game, I'm typically streaming it. If it's not grinding, or I'm playing with family. I don't really know what it's like playing a video game on my own anymore, it feels like, honestly, which is, you know, kind of very strange. But over the past couple days, after having not touched it since the year that it came out, I've kind of been coming a smidge back to the most recent Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare game. And, like, getting into the gameplay loop a little bit. I'm probably not gonna get, like, into it where, like, I stay committed to it. Especially considering that if I did want to actually commit to it, it would put me in this weird situation where it's like, well, the PC version is the one that I have more progress in. I have the single-player content 100%ed. I have dozens of hours. But the progression is more frustrating. What with the monthly thing. It is possible to 100% it, but it's more frustrating progression. And if it's like decades and decades and decades in the future, something like that, the servers are going to be down and the game will basically be in an unplayable state. The Switch version, however, with the difference between the online and offline modes, is the kind of thing that'll be playable forever, unlike the other versions. And all of its content is always available to unlock, without needing to wait for the specific month, you know? I should have been doing that to enemies more often. But it's not as good of a gameplay experience as with mouse and keyboard. So, even if I did want to get back into it again, it would put me in that weird situation where it's like, man, there's advantages and disadvantages to both here. I wouldn't have to worry about it if there was just cross-progression, but there isn't. But there is not. So, I can't do that. So, even if I was thinking about getting into it more seriously again, like I did with the original Garden Warfare game way back when, I don't think that I'd be able to, just because of this weirdness of like, man, there's advantages and disadvantages to both. Like, how can I decide on like which one to play? How dare there not be cross progression? So yeah, there's that. So that was something that I figured I could ramble about as we're going around doing this, I guess. So gotten a smidge into that, probably not gonna get into it long term, but yeah, it seems like the Switch version is just like the best version now, at least in terms of like progression and longevity. So I found that kind of intriguing there. Maybe I should have shared this story when the sale was still on, in case anyone else was like intrigued in it, now that it, you know, it's possible to have a 100%able game. But sale ended like a couple days ago, something like that, I think. But I guess it's something that goes on sale pretty frequently, in case anyone's ever interested. But yeah, hashtag not sponsored, but could be, I guess. But yeah, so that's the weird situation that's in. Problems would all be solved if there was only cross progression. And if, like, every version of the game was the quote-unquote complete edition that just had, like, all of the monthly reward thingamabobs available at all times. Like the Switch version does. But yeah, so. I've been playing that on my own time a bit over the past couple days, and it's really interesting playing a video game on my own again, rather than, you know, streaming / recording it directly for Twitch or YouTube. Like, I'd almost forgotten the feeling of playing a video game on my own. And I was having fun. I was, quite frankly, having fun with it. But whenever I do it, like, it's been a long time since playing a video game on my own there, but even during previous times of doing it, just like the past couple days of doing it, I always get that feeling of like, dang, I had fun, but my time doing this could have been time that I could have spent like streaming a game and making progress in something on the channel, or video editing, or doing university homework, or anything else that's like productive. Like, nowadays, since I've gotten used to, Oi. Stab a stab! Nowadays, since like almost everything that I play gets streamed, I've gotten used to me playing video games being like somewhat productive in the sense that I'm making progress in a series that'll be immortalized on my channel. So even though I'll have fun putting a couple hours into something like that, I'll feel kind of bad at the end of it because it's like, well, you know, I could have made progress in like a stream series thingamabob on the channel. I mean, I guess I could always stream like playing it and then continue to add it to the playlist that's already made for the thing, but like, the thing about streaming is I don't do it as casually as I would be able to playing games on my own. Like, playing games on my own would be like, oh, I have like, you know, 15 minutes to an hour, something like that. Sure, let's play a little smidge of video games, and I can do that just fine. But if I have that much time to do a stream, I won't start the stream because I'll be like, that's not going to be a very long stream. That's going to be all weird. And then what if I'm put in a position where there's no good place to properly wrap up the stream? Well, I don't have as much leeway, you know? So, that little casual fun that I experience, I worried about the novelty of that being taken away if I streamed it. Stab a stab. Cool. So yeah, that's the situation on that. What? An update on one of the games that happened on this channel 3 years ago, and an experience of me playing video games on my own for the first time in probably not a year, but a great many months at least, outside of grinding for things on this channel, that is, you know. So yeah, there's that. That's right there. I'm always we're always with my little cousin and I, and like just general family at family gatherings, we try to look for some other games apart from Smash to play together sometimes. It's our most common second is usually Mario Party, but you know, a lot of other things there are a lot more on, like, you know, things like the Mario sports games. Like, I'd get super into them by, you know, really learning them a decent bit, but you know, my family maybe not as much. To be honest, cousin, yeah, that's right. Playing Smash all the time. Garvey, if you ever want to play freaking some Plants vs. Zombies with me, let me know. Because I'm fairly certain when I was doing my series on, like, the PC version on the channel a few years ago, I think I have a alternate account that I picked up the game on just to, like, be able to play with friendos, but I don't think I ever got around to doing that with people. Like, I have an alternate Steam account, for example, that has Dead by Daylight that I made specifically for, you know, people to join into DBD back when that was one of the main games on the channel. I'm fairly certain I have an alternate account on PC from many years ago that has the video game. So if you want to play something apart from Smash one night, while play a freaking wacky shooter with plants and zombies, freaking let me know. Let me know. Because I don't play a whole lot of shooters. I know you do that Valorant thing where Bob sometimes, or did at least, I don't know if you still do to this day. I've talked with Aniki before about how her go-to shooter is Rainbow Six Siege, apparently. And we've said that, like, one day we'll play one another shooters with each other. Me hopping into Rainbow Six and her hopping into a PvZ. Just let me know there. Day ever comes. Alright, I think there's gotta be another wave of these dudos because we gotta get rid of all the ghosts, right? I think. If it's just one, then I can afford to be attacking here, right? Yeah, I can attack if it's just one. I don't have to worry about getting overwhelmed, right? Stab, stab. Yeah, that I can do. Yep, and more come. This is why I hate this room. It just never seems to end, you know. Sucks. Stab, stab. I'll try to be more on top of, you know, doing that. Try to be more on top of doing the stabby stabs when I can, because I'm sure it is big damage that I'm missing out on. Anyway, that's all I really had to say for that ramble. Now I don't know what else to talk about. Because, you know, I've been going a lot more ham on NieR Replicant recently with, like, the status of games on the channel. Recently. What? So, you know, I've been talking about a lot of the ongoing stuff recently. Oh, this is the bit where there's, like, a healer for them. Which one's the one healing them? I see him. I saw him, at least. You. You. Lock onto the right one, please. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it! Do I not get iframes after being hit? The Healy one. Lock onto him, please. Okay. Should, in theory, slowly be killing the Healy one, right? Should well do. Many people use. Many of them. Oh, yeah, there's the 2 Healy ones. Come on. Are you on the ground? Can I do that? Yes. Yes. Is it enough? Oh my good gracious, the amount of damage that they do is absolutely insane. Alright, that's 1 Healy one down, I think. Alright, now the 2nd Healy one. Okay, please. Please, just take out you. Oh, I guess I can't do the ground stabby stab when you just faceplant yourself like that. No. Stay locked onto the Healy one, please. Yes, you're all on your lonesome over here. Please don't say someone hits me in the back right now. They really wanted to. They did really want to, though. Come on. Come on. I see you back there. I see you trying to do your rude dude things. I would very much appreciate it if you didn't. I guess I can, talk about the game situation on the channel. I might have mentioned it during a previous NieR Replicant stream, but, you know, what else are we doing right now as we go around fighting all these guys? So, the ongoing games right now that are officially, you know, listed on the schedule are Splatoon 3, which I have listed, like, as, like, an uncertainty, because I beat the single-player content. It's just there if, like, I want to do some multiplayer with some streamer friendos or something like that, which is a maybe. So it might be fair game to take off the schedule and be done with at this point. There's Xenoblade 3, which I've beaten, and I do want to do a lot of the post-game content. I don't know if I'd 100% it or not. I'd be tempted to. I definitely think about it. But since it's beaten, that means that I don't have, you know, clear obligations to see it through to the end, because, like, the main thing Bob has been done, you know? Stab and stab! So, like, all the stuff that I have to do as part of a series is basically done. Now it's just, like, hopping into it to chill with and just have a good time. So I'm kind of at the point with Xenoblade 3 where it's like, huh, why stream that when I can make progress in one of the things that isn't done, you know? Then there's Live Alive, which I'm at the final boss of. I just can't beat it yet. I need to do a little bit more grinding off camera. I challenged it recently and I couldn't beat it. Gosh dang it! Didn't even see you. I now have to use another health thing. So, I've been doing a smidge more grinding off camera recently, and hopefully next time I stream it, it'll be beaten. So those are the 4, like, stream games that are on the schedule right now, are Xenoblade 3, Splatoon 3, NieR Replicant, and Live Alive. Live Alive, just gotta do a smidge more grinding off camera, then beat the final boss. Oh, and I guess we can do, like, the alternative route for the 8th story, which probably won't need any grinding, and it could probably be pretty short, maybe? I still have quite a bit to go in NieR Replicant here. Stab, stab. Whee! Do it again? Nope, guess I'm not doing it again. Not this time. So Live Alive is about to be beaten. Xenoblade 3 is beaten, but I want to continue on with. Splatoon 3 is beaten, but I'm unsure, like, what to do with. So, the reason why I've been streaming a lot of NieR Replicant recently is because it's the one thing currently on my schedule that there is still for sure stuff to do and get done with. So I've kind of been going a little bit more ham on NieR Replicant recently compared to the other stream games. Has been the case. I've been committing to it a decent bit more. Is the case. There is also Minecraft, and I have been doing a smidge of that recently. been getting some of that figured out, and you know, the Minecraft stuff takes a whole lot of work. Is most certainly the case. And I like, nope. I really wanted to get the ground stabby stab, but alas. So there's that. October is gonna have several new games that will be added to the queue. There will be NieR Automata, which, as I mentioned before, I'm probably not gonna play it like right at launch, since you know, I'm probably still gonna be in the middle of NieR Replicant at that point. But eventually we'll get to Automata, probably still in October, we'll see. We shall see there. Oh, look at them. Look at them all drop into the ground. Can I? Nope. Nope. So there'll be Automata, there'll be Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, which I'm really hyped for, and there'll be Persona 5 on the Switch. So there's 3 new games coming out in October, 2 of which are games that have already existed, but I never played, and like the Switch version of them is coming out, and that'll be my excuse. And 1 is like a new game, being Mario plus Rabbids. So, you know, I'll have a decent smidge on my shoulder in October. But, you know, in this last week of September here, and leading into that, especially since I'll probably be away in Italy when when freaking Mario plus Rabbids and Persona 5 comes out, so I won't be playing those immediately either. It makes me wonder if I do have some breathing room around the beginning of October to do some of the shorter playthroughs that I've wanted to do on this channel. Like, for example, continuing with the Assassin's Creed series. The next game that we have coming up in the Assassin's Creed series is another one of the spin-offs, one of the Chronicles games. And I looked up roughly how long it takes to beat, and apparently the answer is like 5 or 6 hours. So, if I just take like a dedicated session one of these days to do that, I can probably beat it in one sitting and have that next AC game done. Probably. So, I might just have the breathing room to be able to do that. Tales of Symphonia might be resuming here really shortly, now that, you know, some life stuff has gotten figured out amongst our group, including myself. We might be able to continue with a multiplayer Tales of Symphonia. And some remastered version was recently announced for the Switch, but I don't think you can do that in a online multiplayer, so we're probably gonna have to just stick with the current PC version that we're playing, most likely. But hey, at least that'll probably be resuming, so we shall see how that goes. We shall see how that goes there. I've recently been designing part 1 thumbnails for a lot of upcoming series. So, like, I have thumbnail projects and the part 1 thumbnail for NieR Automata, Mario Rabbids, Persona 5, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and Skull and Bones, which is probably the one that most people don't recognize the name of. For anyone who's unaware, Skull and Bones is supposed to be like the spiritual successor / spiritual sequel to Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. So after Black Flag came out in what, 2014? Or did it come out in, no, it came out in 2013. My goodness, that was 9 years ago that the best Assassin's Creed game came out. Crazy, it's gonna turn 10 years old pretty soon. But anyway, after Assassin's Creed 4 did really well for itself, and Ubisoft was like, wow, people really love this piratey gameplay that we cooked up here, they decided that they would make a new standalone game that I think they were actually originally working on like a DLC for Assassin's Creed 4, and then they were like, nah, let's just make it a standalone game. I might be wrong, they might have just been making a standalone game from the get-go, but they were like, yeah, people like this piratey stuff, so let's you know, keep on doing new things with the Assassin's Creed series, but we'll make a brand new piratey game that doesn't have, you know, the Assassin's Creed name. I figured, you know, it would take a few years to put out there, and then they'd get it out there. It'd be called Skull and Bones. And then it kind of went into development hell for the past 8-9 years. Is kind of the case. Apparently, I don't know the exact details, but if you just look up like Skull and Bones development, you'll just find a lot of articles that say that it was a complete mess, that management would very frequently change, and whenever management changed over the project, they would throw out a lot of the stuff that they'd been working on already, and be like, nah, I don't like this, go work on this other thing. And then there'd be like someone else that comes in and starts writing things, and they'll be like, nah, I don't like this new stuff, throw it out and do this other thing. Apparently, the developers working on it, their motivation is like at an all-time low, from what it sounds like. Just from being stuck on the same game for almost a decade at this point, and just not having it go anywhere. And this has been like a major loss for Ubisoft. Like, they're probably gonna lose a lot of money on this game considering how long it's been in development hell. Like, it's been an absolute disaster from what it sounds like. And all these developers that have gotten tired of, you know, their work being thrown out over and over again and unreleased, as Ubisoft can't even seem to make up their mind on what the video game even is. They've just been like, yeah, can we just please put out this game, even if it gets put out in a really crappy state? They just, it sounds like a lot of the developers just want it out there just so that they can move on with their lives at this point. So, we're gonna play Skull and Bones when it comes out. I fully anticipate it to be an absolute disaster, and my heart genuinely goes out to the developers who worked on it. But yeah, we're gonna be seeing how it turned out. See how this spiritual successor to Assassin's Creed 4 turned out. And you know, just say to all the developers working on it, I'm so sorry you had to work on that, you know. So that's probably the upcoming playthrough this November. That's probably gonna go under the radar the most because nobody really knows what Skull and Bones is at this point after how long it's been in development hell. But yeah, so we'll be playing that, and I don't know what to anticipate. I guess they did finally make their mind up on what the game is and bring it to a state where they can put it out, but I fully anticipate it to be a very big mess. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I don't think there's any games releasing in December that I want to cover on the channel. I mean, there's the Mario Kart 8 Booster Pass Thingamabob Wave 3 coming out around the holidays. So I think the upcoming new releases for the rest of the year are NieR Automata, Persona 5, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Skull and Bones, and then the Booster Course Pass for Mario Kart 8, I believe. So I should have some wiggle room to do other thingamabobs, right? Throw some other things to the mix, because one of my concerns for the rest of this year was like, am I gonna have a lot of time to put in, you know, old releases that, you know, have been out for a while already, that isn't me covering something new day one? I mean, I guess there's gonna be Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask that I'll do on Halloween, will be the case. We're gonna be doing that for something spooky for Halloween, is the plan. Were you knocked down? Well, if you were, I didn't get over in time. Do the big stabby stab. Oop. Did I knock you guys down with that? Wait. I did. Maybe I should be using the lance more. Maybe. Maybe. So, hold on. Stabby stab. Stabby stab. Can I knock you down? Okay. Maybe this was the play instead of Dark Blast. And there's still more ghosts to turn into Dudos. Hence why I hate this room. This room sucks. Can I knock you down? Oh my goodness, I can knock you down with the lance. Maybe that's the play then. Can I knock you down? I'm not seeming to knock you down. And they don't stop coming, and they don't stop. That's what I should play during this segment. It's like the freaking edit that somebody made of that song, where it's like, they don't stop coming, and 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 it just runs for like 10 hours.
Oh, right. Protect the hussy, yes? Good plan. Let's go.
Okay. Dang it! Treasure lies just beyond. Yeah, so Lance is probably the play, actually. Not Dark Blast. Seeming like.
Hurry!
It's not open
Yeah,
yet.
wait for you to put down your magic shield. Come on. Okay. Yeah. I think the Lance might actually be the play, not the Blast. Just do it until you get knocked down? But yeah, I can't do the stabby stab out of that. Just when I actually knock you down. What determines if you get knocked down? Should I just be using Dark Blast here? This should be the last of these guys, and then it's the big boar boss. Then we face Ganondorf, or Ganon, I should say. Face next. But yeah, so there's that. Before the end of this year, I want to do at least the next 2 Assassin's Creed Chronicles games coming up. Maybe I'll be able to start Assassin's Creed Origins if we have the chance. We shall see. I'd like to get Metal Gear 2 done before the end of the year as well. Figure out how to get that going. I don't know when I'll do it exactly. Maybe sometime in the month of December, and then we can have, like, I don't know, festive Metal Gear or something. Ah, all the sniffles, I'm sorry. So, there we go. Yeah, so I don't know what determines whether I'm able to knock them down. What might determine that? Maybe their health just needs to be low enough? Maybe? Maybe. That was a strength drop, right? My capacity for that then if I didn't pick it up? Yep. Alright, damage up for 30 seconds. Since I was at capacity anyway. Okay. Okay. Big smackaroo. Wah! I'm allergic to the big smackaroos. Thank goodness it does big damage, though. So it doesn't matter if I'm allergic. So... This is why I get sketched out about coming in physically at any time, because even though Dark Blast is really slow, if I just stay from afar, it means I'm not ever going to take any damage, but when I come in, they can just deal absolutely ridiculous amounts of damage, you know? I just like to play it safe. I swear, if I need to do this during playthrough 3 as well, I'm gonna lose my mind.
What are you doing?
Lock doesn't want to open? Fine. I'll just
Drop.
break it down.
Stop, you impatient fool.
Can I... Okay, you're knocked down. Time to die. And it'll transition into the boss, so like I'll turn it back to the regular volume that I had it at. Actually, I'll adjust it to here, which is basically the regular volume I had it at. Sure, there we go.
Damn no good bullshit bastard! Open the fuck up already! Ugh! Got it.
Kaine, look out!
It's this boss. Wah! Luigi. Where, Luigi? Okay.
This thing's freaking me out.
Oh, no, please don't hit me with the orbs, and you hit me with the orbs once there. Please, no. I would really prefer it if you didn't. How did I thread the needle there? Oh my goodness, so we're killing shade babies.
Kaine, what's wrong?
Well, sorry, but I think playthrough 2 here is kind of forcing us to do this. As I found with previous bosses, even if I put down the controller and don't fight, it's just gonna do nothing until I eventually do. So I'm sorry, Shade, but I think we have to take them out. I think we need to take the Undertale genocide route.
You okay?
Yeah, but we got problems.
Dark Beast. Ganon. Alright, now this is gonna take a little while. No! 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 No way. Please say that was a checkpoint. Oh, thank goodness. I can't believe you just instantly killed me. So, 4 and 5. That's what I have. Yeah, this is gonna take a little while. I wonder if I can parry that. I wonder. Ah! Yeah, maybe they'll be forgiven in playthrough 3.
Forgiveness, asshole.
Kaine?
Yeah, so, oh, I guess Kaine can just understand shades this whole time. But, I pressed the parry button.
Wait a second.
But she's still compelled to fight despite knowing what they're saying because of the bloodthirstiness of Tyron.
How should I know? Kaine, are you all right? I'm fine. Let's just kill some shit and move on.
I am pressing the parry button. I swear to you.
Interesting. Oh, how
I swear I am. Oh, it just breaks my parry anyway. I'm actually gonna let him kill me here because we haven't taken off a lot of his health yet. And I don't want to use like too many of my healing items this early on. Well, I guess now I know that I can't parry it anyway. Thank goodness that's a checkpoint. If I had to redo that whole room again, I'd probably rage quit, not gonna lie, just how annoying it is. Genuinely, who designed this room? To just last for 3,000 years, you know? Genuinely, who the heck designed this? Because it just lasts forever. I mean, it probably wouldn't last as long if I was just more aggressive.
We don't need
Came in
forgiveness,
close
asshole.
more, but,
Kaine?
you know, then I'd risk dying, running out of healing items. Which could be very prone to happen with how much damage I take here in hard mode.
Wait a second. Your heart is different.
Yeah, what's going on?
Hatred. And it ain't
What's going on there?
What's going on, sunshine?
What's going on? Give yourself a bit of a diagnosis, how about?
Kaine, are you all right? I'm fine.
Give a bit of
Let's
a
just kill
diagnosis.
some shit and move on, all right?
Yeah, we're working on it.
Oh, how very interesting.
Interesting. Thank goodness that shockwave doesn't go that far. Probably don't even have to worry about jumping it if I'm, you know, about this far. Probably don't even have to worry about that. Well, slowly whittle you down here. Big smackaroo.
Brace yourself against the shock.
What do you mean against the shock? Is there gonna be a shock when he hits the wall? There doesn't seem like it. Sure doesn't seem like it's the case. I thought you were gonna like slap down with some sort of attack or something. What I thought that you were gonna do for a hot second there. But you didn't, you absolute weirdo. I'll have you know, Ganon, that the last time that I fought you was over in Zelda Breath of the Wild. Well, ever not counting the last time I fought you in this game. Last time I fought you in a different game was in Breath of the Wild. I managed to do it with a Link having broken rotation. Does that strike fear into your heart, maybe? Yeah, his spine was completely screwed up. It was actually a really funny glitch. It made the fight a lot harder. Pretty funny, though. More funny than anything. But that better strike fear into your heart. The one that beat you with a broken spine. Which was really funny. Being all bent and twisted and stuff. Oh. Shortest little charge ever. Yeah, I can get some attacks in here on this guy. That's what I can do. I can get some in on him. Yeah. Now that I have a good grasp of how you work, I don't think I really need to worry about being hit by you. I don't believe. I feel like I have a pretty good grasp at this point. It's pretty good. So very slowly but surely we're getting through your insanely inflated hard mode health. That one almost hit me. Right up yours. Right up it. Ow. Didn't even damage me though. Didn't even deal any damage to me though. Alright, do your little charge. Oh, you didn't even do your little charge. You're doing your jump. Doing your jump like an absolute weirdo. What a weirdo you are. That's right, you. You're a bit of a weirdo, aren't you? Absolute bit of a weirdo here. Big smack. Oh, I haven't seen that before. How did I do that? I just charged up the thingamabob and it did that. I don't know how that's different from the regular thingamabob that I charge up. But apparently it is, I guess. Apparently so. Nice miss. Nice miss, nerd. Yeah, almost there. Almost there. Yeah, I don't think we need to worry too much about him hitting me. As long as I just approach it like this, you know. Oops. I'm swinging at nothing because I'm a little bit of a goofy goober, yeah. Oh yeah, think about goofy goober, yeah. I guess that's another old release that I do want to play this year, if I can figure it out, is the Spongebob movie game. I was originally planning on doing it at Fragapalooza with a friend of mine that I grew up with. Was the plan for us to beat the Spongebob movie games together. But he wasn't able to make it to Fragapalooza. He was almost able to make it one day, but he got the address wrong and went the wrong way and then didn't have enough time left in the day, I guess. But if I can find the excuse to meet up with him, maybe we'd still be able to do the SpongeBob movie games this year. Assuming he hasn't already done them himself. I know he was planning on doing the SpongeBob movie games this summer. Was the thing. And that's when we kind of changed plans to doing it together, so maybe it's always possible that he trekked out and did it on his own. Maybe. But hopefully not. So maybe that's another old release that could happen this year yet. Maybe. We shall see. Come on. Gosh dang it. Gosh darn you. Oh, we're almost there. Almost there, though. Getting real close, but I guess it's gonna have to be a 3-cycle. Gonna have to be a 3-cycle this time. But yeah, it turns out there was actually 3 different SpongeBob movie games. One for PC, one for consoles, one for Game Boy Advance. All 3 of them are completely different video games, but all of them are just called the SpongeBob movie game. Whoops. So as a kiddo, he played the GameCube version. I played the PC version. Neither of us have played the Game Boy Advance version, is the case. So maybe if we're able to organize it, maybe this year we do all 3 of those.
Oh dear.
Here we go again. Hey, my health is back at least. At least my health is back. Yeah, this is the room that just lasts like 3 years. Is what it really feels like. Just never ends. So yeah, we had hoped to do those at Fragapalooza. I got them all set up on my computer. I got all of them functional. I even got the GameCube version working with a GameCube controller, plugging that into my PC. So I even managed to get like the authenticity. Is it just me or are we dwindling your health down faster than last time? Am I going a little bit crazy here? I got layups set up for them all and everything. So, yeah, maybe if things are able to work out, that'd certainly be pretty cool. So I guess the old releases that I'd like to do before the end of this year would be, wow. Apart from the ones that are coming to the Switch for the first time, like NieR Automata and Persona 5, apart from those, it would be the next 2 Assassin's Creed Chronicles games, Metal Gear 2, and maybe the SpongeBob movie games. Maybe. If everything works out there, we have to organize something at some point. And we haven't really talked about it since Fragapalooza there. I mean, I don't even know when exactly would work best for me or like in what kind of format, you know, because this office space, while I guess there could be 2 people here, I guess there could be, it might be a little bit cozy, might be the case. Wow, that is a very large hitbox, isn't it? Very large hitbox for you, I must say. Big smackaroos. I gotta use another one just to be safe, because I worry about, you know, you taking out all my health in like one fell swoop if I do that. I gotta be a little bit more careful here. Quite frankly. I gotta be a smidge more careful, methinks. Was not being careful enough. I go back to the rhythm that I was doing before I started taking all that damage and stuff. Alright, breaking off all of your armor and things. I was pressing the roll button and my Dudo just kept attacking for a while, I swear. Why you do this to me, Alphen? Okay. No clock or anything? And what? What?
This thing?
Oh, yeah, that's the reason why. It is going down faster, but we just have to
No.
murderize it like a couple times, and then the characters are like, what the heck? We just gotta run, I think.
Damn it.
Is what I think is going on.
Stay focused, Kaine. Don't fall victim
Well,
to such distractions.
Come on.
We just keep on attacking it here?
Let's go.
We just like, I guess we're just like skedaddling? Are we just? Or do I just keep attacking here? Do I have to wait for my friendos to bust open the door? Okay, no, they did it. And this is a checkpoint if I recall. Close the door, and I'll totally hold. And then there's a bunch of healing items over here. But it's a race against the clock because he tries to murderize me. Yes, I need that. Alright, then Mr. Judo breaks through. I guess he doesn't break through yet. I guess now he breaks through.
How can we deal with this thing?
What? Is it actually faster to go? This looks faster. This looks a smidge faster than my regular run. It was kind of difficult to tell in the overall, but with this thing, Bob, with this angle, this actually looks a decent bit faster. What it kind of looks like. Well, made it first try. I didn't get all the healing items that I might have wanted, but hey. Made it to the place at least. So...
Damn it, I can't get it open.
yeah, so we fight here once more. Is this a checkpoint? Do I want to purposefully let him hit me and then respawn at full health? Is this a bad idea? I mean, worst case scenario, I know the stairs are a checkpoint. In like the very worst case scenario. And I feel like this should be as well, right? So getting a quick game over should be an easy strat to get full health and conserve my healing items, right? Heck yeah. Heck yeah! It worked! Awesome. The optimal game over strat. Right there. Ever just get the optimal game over?
It seems we are in a bit of a predicament.
Yeah, it's gonna have to keep on dwindling him down. I will go further. I went further last time, and I will again. Whoops. Didn't even notice you doing the animation that said that you were getting ready for the jump. Now I'm seeing it, and I'm paying a little bit more attention. I didn't notice it last time. Just seems like.
Maybe you shouldn't have killed her friends.
Maybe we actually shouldn't have.
So full of skull.
Maybe we'll not kill them next time. Maybe. Right,
Like
your
you're
charge.
different.
Anyway, Pukes.
Hate is just another crush for you.
Ow.
Hey now.
Wow, he doesn't like mean things being said about him, huh?
So you try to hide it under violence and hate.
I'm not like that at all.
You're not?
It's okay.
It is.
Look, I'm the same way. I just
Aw, they have some
realized
common
I have
ground.
something to help. It's too late for us now. It's too late for everything. We're too far gone, Lily. That's why we...
So I guess some more similarities between Kaine and her shade there. And able to share some common ground.
Strike the beast while it's down.
I'm working on it! Whoa, I just narrowly avoided that. I honestly probably should have gotten damaged by that. I really lucked out that I didn't. I got really lucky there. At least that doesn't damage me. Maybe I shouldn't jump and I should just roll over it. I'd probably have like more opportunity for attacking afterwards if I did. Most likely. Alright, big smackaroos. Maybe I should just not get hit by that. I know that doesn't damage me, but you know. Another way to save time of not being on the ground. And be able to get some more damage faster, you know? I am! What does it look like I'm doing right now? Think that I was just over here giving it a nice little pat on the back? Like chilling? Talking about the weather and making small talk like that? I need to stop being hit by that. Look how far out he hits me from. Like, he hits me so long in advance. My goodness gracious. Like, yeah, there's no clock or anything like that. Yeah, during that charge attack, the hitbox hits me so much sooner than you think it should. Just like when the GTA 6 leaks came out. It's like the game was seen a lot sooner than it was supposed to be. That's like that hitbox. Well, our friendos are here. Our friendos that were a lot more mean to the wolves than they should have been, as it turns out. Music's so good. Music of this game is so dang good. Welcome back, Guzma. Oh, gosh darn it. I probably do need a heal off of that because his charge will kill me otherwise. Will be the case. Gosh dang it! I was hoping to conserve healing items here. That might not be what I'm able to do. Do we even need to take out this health bar to keep on moving? We might not even need to. I might have taken that damage for no reason. I take that damage for no reason. Yeah, it's real nice. Just gonna keep damaging it and dark blasting dark. Yeah. I guess I'm supposed. Yeah. Whoops.
Hey!
Got damage for no reason.
Stop! Let me go! Stop it! Damn it! King, no! No! Open the door! You can't fight that thing on your own! Open the damn door!
Knock it off already. Let's go.
Kaine.
He's fighting for you. And for Fira. Don't let him die for nothing.
My friend.
Alright, now it's the last little set of rooms before the final boss, which will hopefully give me some healing items, and fairly certain there's a bunch of enemies that I have to fight. That's right. Hello? This one of those rooms where I have to fight a bunch of things, I think. Nice, I'll need those. Just free healing item rooms. Sweet. I'll take it. There's gonna be a bunch of these. This is the first room where I fight something, right? Right, probably. No? It's next room then.